निवारा आए ध्यान करने पतित पावन धरती पार
निवारा आए ध्यान करने पतित पावन धरती पार गणेश तुम्ही हुए पावन आप नाचे गणेश जी अंगना पधारे है श्री माताजी अंगना पधारे है श्री माताजी अंगना प्यास जन की प्यास बुझाती योगी जन के दिल लुभाती
प्यास जन की प्यास बुझाती योगी जन के दिल लुभाती
आई स्वर्ग से महामारी चैतन्य लहरी को लुभाती
आई स्वर्ग से महामारी चैतन्य लहरी को लुटाती
गणेश तुम्ही हुई पावन आप नाचे Sarvabharam Vajanandakumaram Sarvasukhasaram Dharmavicharam Brahmaparam Vajanandakumaram Sarvasukhasaram Dharmavicharam Brahmaparam. Sudesham, Pujitagesham, Satavaravesham, Avaram, Maya Krutamanujam, Alatharanujam, Prativadanujam, Parataram, Ayyaparajabalam, Sumanasucharam, Ikamanukaram, Avaram, Vajanandakumaram, Sarvasukhasaram, Dharmavicharam Brahmaparam. Vajanandakumaram, Sarvasukhasaram, Dharmavicharam Brahmaparam. Indivarabhasam Prakatasurasam Kusumadikasam Madhushikaram Matamanam Matamanam Rupapanidhanam Krutakalapmanam Shikamaram Mayam Namruduhasam Punjanivasam Nirivavinasam Divitaram Vajanandakumaram Sarvasukhasaram Tattvavicharam Brahmaparam. Vajanandakumaram Sarvasukhasaram Tattvavicharam Brahmaparam.
Good evening, everyone from Brisbane, Australia. Welcome to day 7 of the 21-day series. Just give me a moment. I'm just trying to turn on my camera. Hopefully you can all see me now. Yay, all good. Welcome back, guys. It's good to see our returnees come back. Hopefully you all have your Footsoak buckets ready for another Footsoak session today. I'm sure you guys all enjoyed yesterday's, and I hope you all felt the benefits from yesterday's session. So, if you had a nice sleep or a nice day, you felt that lightness, please put in the chat box. We welcome any feedback right now on how you felt from yesterday. So before we begin, I'm just going to keep it short and sweet, given we went through the resources yesterday. But I do want to acknowledge, and we will do this every session, any newbies we have in the room. So if we have any newbies, as in you've never done Sahaja Yoga meditation before, you did not do day 1, if you could either raise your hand with the raise hand icon or put it in the chat box. That way we just have a bit of an idea, how many new persons we get. And for our newbies, I'm just going to quickly just run through some couple of resources to help you get to scratch with what we're doing. And that way, you'll understand how these sessions operate. So our returnees, just bear with us so that getting tongue-tied, we can accommodate our any new guests, and that way they can keep pace with us. So our newbies, what I'm just going to quickly show, in case you are brand new, haven't done day 1, I'm just going to quickly guide you to our website, which I know a number of you guys have seen this many times before. So like I said, you've never done Sahaja Yoga, you did not do day 1. What I encourage you to do is, yes, you can stay for this session, but like I mentioned, you may feel a little bit lost because we are proceeding now up to day 7. So we're pretty much almost done with week 1. Any newbies, what we recommend is on our website here, freemeditation.com.au/21 days, as it says on my background here as well. Go to this website. I would suggest, check out day 1 at least to be familiar with what is Sahaja Yoga about. And in this video, we have what we call chapters or timestamps for you to basically proceed ahead to see, which sections would interest you. So any brand new persons, the sections you definitely want to listen to is the introduction to Sahaja Yoga and the self-realization process. This is the basis of Sahaja Yoga meditation. You can click on YouTube here to find the chapters as well more easily. If you find that it's a bit tricky to navigate the video or it's too much information, what I suggest you do is you can contact our lead person here, Vaibhav, either by email or WhatsApp. So all his details are on this website. If you have any trouble at all, you can drop him a message if you need help in guiding on how to get started with Sahaja Yoga meditation. So that's it, folks. Keep it short and sweet. So today what we have in store is Lynn here again from Canberra. You guys might remember Lynn from a couple of days ago. So Auntie Lynn is going to lead our Footsoak session again and try and take us to a deeper level of meditation. And then I'll see you guys all at the end. And as usual, if you want to stay back, we'll have our Q&A session. So over to Lynn. Enjoy, guys, our Footsoak session part 2.
Sorry, Lynn, we can't hear you. Just check your microphone, please. Thanks. No, still can't hear you. All right. While we resolve these tech issues, Rachita, do you want to just take the participants through how to raise a Kundalini and put on a bandhan?
Sure, no problem at all. So hopefully the sound will come back, guys. So what we can do is, as you all may recall, when we start our meditation, we raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan to settle our attention and to get us in the zone. So let's do that, guys. Let's take our left hand just below our belly button, and our right hand is going to circle around it. And we're going to raise these hands simultaneously to the top. Take it nice and easy, nice and slow. There's no rush. And tie one knot on the top of your head. We'll raise our hand again, and we'll tie 2 knots. So remember, we're symbolizing the 3 channels within us. So we've just done 2. And we'll do the 3rd time, 3 knots. So you're integrating it to remind yourself to stay in the present moment and keeping the attention on the top of our head. Then left hand stays open on your lap, right hand goes across. You're going to draw like 7 rainbows over you and back. And that's 1. We're going to do this 7 times for each of our chakras. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. Alrighty. So just keep your hands open on your lap, guys. You can close your eyes if you like. And make it your goal to keep your attention on the top of your head. So your attention is something you have in control of. You can put your attention to the TV, to your friends, people around you, noises around you. The unique part of Sahaja Yoga is we tell you to keep your attention on the top of your head, which goes above the mind. Take a moment to see how you're feeling. See how you're also feeling on your hands. Are you feeling any coolness or warmth? Just observe for a moment. What are you feeling on your hands? Just overall. Okay, guys. So before we start the foot soak, don't just touch the water yet or the tub. Let's just do that left-right balancing again, which I'm sure you guys are probably mastering now, given you guys have been coming back daily. And it is a very simple and logical process as well. So as you may recall, make sure you're sitting really comfortable as well. You can always, if you're on a chair, on the floor, whatever your heart feels. Keep your left hand open on your lap. Let's start with the left channel and drop your right hand down by your side. And if you're sitting on the floor, you'll be touching the floor or the carpet. And if you're on a chair, your arm just hangs by your side. So keep it nice and relaxed. Now, I want you to take one moment to see what vibrations you're feeling on that left hand. If it's a cool or a warm sensation. A cool sensation means that your left channel is pretty clear, meaning you haven't really been dwelling too much in the past and you're going okay, which is a good sign. It's a tick. Any warmth on your left hand means, oh, okay, that left channel maybe needs a little bit of working on. And that's all right. No one's perfect. Maybe we had a bit of an emotional day, or maybe for the whole day you were okay. And in the last hour, maybe, just feeling a bit tired even. Or maybe something emotional has just come up. So just take that moment and take a moment to also then feel if there's any particular finger on your left hand that maybe is sticking up or is a bit tingly. So take this moment to observe what your left hand is feeling. Now, over the coming days, we will teach you more knowledge about what these fingers relate to in terms of your chakras, what story or what information it's trying to give you to direct your attention that, oh, okay, maybe the second chakra needs a bit more work, or the heart chakra, things like that. The main thing is what we're noticing in the past few days, you guys are now feeling the cool and the warmth and telling us, which fingers are also having a bit of a heaviness or an issue. And that's fantastic. Again, don't despair if you are not at that stage of feeling a cool or warmth. Like we said, take your time. It's okay. Everyone's at a different stage. So the affirmation, as you guys may recall, so just for the overall left channel, we'll ask here, Mother Kundalini, please clear out my left channel from any negativities or any issues. Mother Kundalini, please clear out my left channel from any negativities, any issues, and dissolve it into the Mother Earth. You can ask this affirmation in your heart. Say about 3 times or as many times as you like. Now, right hand back on your lap. Bend your left arm at the elbow like a chimney. And now take a moment to see how your right hand is feeling. What sensation is there? What are your fingers trying to tell you? So you're taking this opportunity to really now study yourself, get to know yourself. You know, what's your subtle system trying to tell you? Some key tips here with your right hand, which are easy to understand. And like we said, we'll teach you more as we come in the next week, is if your middle finger on your right hand is feeling a bit heavy, that denotes your liver, so your third energy center. You might recall yesterday I mentioned all your chakras along the central channel have a left and a right component. And each of these components have a special characteristic that's to do with human life, our behavior, personality, things like that. And also responsible for your physical well-being and making sure your body's operating in an optimal manner and you're healthy as well. So the middle finger is usually a liver, and that gets caught up, when we have a busy day, we're stressed or a bit anxious or worrying a lot. And your ring finger on the right hand is to do with the ego. So, when we're thinking too much or we're planning, we're feeling maybe a bit heated, right-sided. So at this stage, guys, no, don't soak your feet. Just had a question if we should. Don't soak your feet just yet. We will get to that. We're just doing the balancing for now to just really settle ourselves down. As said, today's session will be a lot deeper, and there'll be more silences for you to just really connect with yourself. So, if your left arm does start to get a bit tired, don't force yourself to leave it up. It's okay. You can always pop it down on your lap when you feel comfortable. But the main thing is now, put your attention on this right channel and just ask in your heart, Mother, please cool down my right channel and please take away any heat or negativities. Mother, please cool down my right channel and please take away any heat or negativities. Okay. So if your left hand is back in your lap, great. If it was still up in the air, you can bring it down now. Now just take a moment to see how both of your hands are feeling. Whether there's been a change from when we checked a little bit earlier. So has it gone from maybe cool to warm or warm to cool? Either way, it doesn't matter. If there's any warmth, don't be frightened. Don't be frightened if there was coolness before and now it's warmth. It's just a clearing out because we just don't know what's inside our subtle system, that the Kundalini energy just wants to correct it and bring it back to its optimal state. So don't panic. So take this moment to feel how you're feeling on both of your hands. Okay, and so now we're just going to focus back on that central channel, and then we're going to do the foot soak soon. So take your right hand below your belly button and slowly raise this hand along your spine, along the center of your body to the top of your head. So just tap the top of your head. And so while you're raising this hand, do it about 7 times slowly. Pretend as if, you've got like droplets of water in your hand and you're taking it from the base all the way to the top and then depositing it on the top. So remember, this action is encouraging the Mother Kundalini to rise up and raise your attention also higher, so it's not stuck on any other aspects within you. So while doing this, just ask in your heart, Mother, please keep me in the center and keep me balanced. Mother, please keep me in the center and please keep me balanced. Then you can keep both of your hands on your lap. Just sit there for a moment, keeping your attention on the top of your head. And when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. And I'm going to hand it over to Manica now. And she's going to guide us with our foot soak. So have your stuff ready, and she will guide us now.
Hello, everyone. Very, very apologetic for the delay. We just had some technical glitches we had to figure out as we go. So as you would have your bucket ready, you can see it on here. I have a bucket. I had a normal day, wasn't too hectic. I didn't feel very emotionally heavy. So for me, it was a normal day. So I have just normal tepid water. It's winter here in Brisbane, so it's slightly warmer. But like I said, if you feel emotional, try to keep warm water. If you feel right-sided, if you've had very, very hectic, busy day, or if you are a very energetic person, you have lots and lots to do. If you make a to-do list about your day, please use cool water, right? Quick revision. I have a jug full of normal water here. I have my bucket full of water here. I have a candle lit in front of me to just keep me in balance, because candle is like a fire element, which really helps make sure you are in balance. Basically, feeds you through the energy. And also, I have normal table salt here. So let's begin by generously putting at least half a cup of salt in the water. That's probably a little more than half a cup, but I like a lot of salt in my Footsoak, so feel free to put as much as you like. Try not to use Epsom salt because it is not common salt. We're trying to replicate the sea here. The ocean developed, it's, you know, how the rivers put all the water into the ocean, and the ocean has the capacity and the capability to absorb. Similarly, we're trying to replicate the ocean here. And the salt sort of represents the earth element. The water is the water element. We have the fire element. The ether and the air is around. So we're basically using the elements to clear ourselves. Now, what I do before I begin my Footsoak is I take my right hand, my left hand's open in front of me. So I use my right hand to sort of move my hand on top of the water. And in my heart, I pray, or you can take the affirmation, that let this water here represent the ocean, so that it can absorb all the heaviness, all the negativities that I may have collected over time in my life, today in my day, so that it can be absorbed inside this water. So you're just sort of praying here while you move your hand a few times over the water. Now, as always, we begin by folding our hands, in humility bowing our head, and then we just take one foot at a time and place it inside the water. So just feel comfortable, ease yourself as you sit with your feet inside the water. Now, let us begin. It's preferable to keep your eyes open, but if you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes. I will be saying some affirmations. First of all, let us put our right hand in front of our base of the spine right here. And as we keep our hand here, let's move it in clockwise direction in circular motion. Here, we take the affirmation while we do this. Mother Kundalini, please make me innocent like a small child. All the worldly smartness that I have learned, that I may or may not use to outsmart people, the cunningness, the negative aspects of it, please drain them into the water. And therefore, I flick, right? So it's sort of like you're motioning your hand in clockwise direction in front of your spine, and then you're trying to flick the negativity into the water, right? So again, Mother, please make me innocent like a small child. Let my innocence be the basis Let my innocence be the basis of my existence. Can we just stop with the music, please? Can we just stop the music, please? Thank you. Now we can take our hand slightly up, and this time we're keeping it below the navel, but slightly above the base of the spine. So it's somewhere between the navel and the base. And again, we'll continue with the circular motion, but each area represents a different energy center. So we're going to motion our hands to sort of give vibrations and positive energy to that particular energy center and remove all the negativity and flick it into the water. So on the second one, here we take the affirmation, Mother Kundalini, please give me pure desire. And please give me creativity. Strengthen the creativity and the pure desire within me. Creation is a very, very beautiful aspect that has only been endowed on the humans, not the animals. So let us not take it for granted. Everything that you see around has been created. So let us just take the affirmation here, Mother Kundalini. Please make me creative. And please give me pure desire to be connected to the power that created me. Now we take our hand slightly up. This time we move it in bigger circles around our stomach area. Again, clockwise direction. And here we can say, Mother Kundalini, please give me satisfaction and peace within. Please remove all the dissatisfaction that I may have, all the greed I may have accumulated, and flick it into the water. Mother Kundalini, please make me a generous person Make me a giving person, because it is only when we give, we feel the joy which gives you a sense of security, a sense of happiness, joy. When we take, we do feel happy, but we don't feel joyous. Joy only comes when we are able to give something to somebody in a very selfless manner. So, Mother Kundalini, please make me satisfied, because true satisfaction makes you enjoy what you have. Again, it does not take your ambition away from you, but it just makes you detached from all that you have, so that you're more secure in enjoying what you have. Mother, please make me my own master, my own guru, and take away all the worries that I may have for my financials, my job. Please look after me and my entire family, all our financial well-beings. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. That feels nice and cool and light. Now let's move towards the heart. Let us keep our right hand on the center of our chest firmly. Take a deep breath, and you will feel your heart beating inside. The fact that you are alive, you have been endowed with this life, which is so special. Now let us pray here. Mother Kundalini, please give me courage and love in my heart. Please strengthen me with love, because love is the only power which has the capacity to bring a change in me and in the world. So Mother Kundalini, if there is any negativity, any obstruction, any insecurity, any anger, any hatred, anything that I may have collected inside me, which is weighing my chest down, which is weighing on me, just remove it and flick it into the water. This is your chance to have that freedom from all the baggage you've been carrying for a long time. So just flick it in the water and taste the freedom. So Mother Kundalini, please strengthen my heart and give me courage and give me the power of love and compassion for everyone. This is the place where our spirit resides. So this must be respected. Our heart must be respected. We must have love and compassion in our heart, because it is like having those beautiful flower-like qualities which have fragrance in them. Nobody likes a foul smell. Everybody enjoys the fragrance of flowers, perfumes. So our heart must also have that perfume, that fragrance of love. Now let us move our hand over our throat area. Now this area has the quality of speech. The fact that I can talk to you and communicate to you my feelings, it comes from here. When the humans evolved from an ape and they got their neck up, when they could handle their neck, that is when we became humans. And this is where we got the quality to talk and communicate. Again, something that differentiates us from the animals. So why do we use our speech for hate or anger or shouting at somebody? why not use it with sweetness in our voice? So let us pray here. Mother Kundalini, you've given us this power to talk. Please now endow us with sweetness in our voice. In Sanskrit, we say madhurya, so that when I speak and when I talk to someone, I can talk in a sweet manner. I should not lose my temper. I should not lose control over my voice. I should not say something that gives me guilt later. And in a very interesting manner, as you may have known, the left side of the neck here is where we collect guilt. A very big reason why a lot of people might have thyroid is because we collect a lot of guilt, or maybe we don't talk nicely to people. So if we have any guilt that we have collected over time, which is weighing on our neck, on our body, let us just flick it in the water. This is our time to remove all the baggages one at a time. That's all right. It's all in the past. It cannot be changed. But we can be a different person today, so we have a better future tomorrow. So let us just get rid of all the guilt, all that we have done in the past. It is over. So we're flicking it in the water. It's all okay. And it is going to be okay. Perfect. I feel really good here. So you can spend a little more time if you feel you have a little more guilt collected here or a little more on this area, just flick it in. Now, let us move to our forehead. This is a very important center of forgiveness, but it is also where we have our ego and our superego. Our superego are our habits, our conditionings, wherein we become rigid over time, that this is the kind of food I like, this is the side of the bed I sleep on, this is the kind of music I like, why do you have to say this? Why don't you behave in a certain manner? It's all here. And it becomes a cage, a prison. We become prisoners in our own capacities, in our own conditionings. So let us just remove so that we can be spontaneous. Today, we had prepared for this session, and unfortunately, we got a technical glitch. So here I am presenting in front of you. If I hadn't been spontaneous, it wouldn't have been possible. So the spontaneity is very important. It is what keeps us going. So our conditionings, our rigidity becomes a very big obstruction. So let us just remove all our conditionings. Whenever we feel we're being rigid because somebody is not listening to us, why don't we listen to the other people? Why don't we be more flexible? And the problems and issues get resolved a lot faster. So let us just make sure we'll remember, and we will, as of now, remove all our superego and flick it in the water. And we can keep doing this till we see a change in ourselves. Now, this is where we have our ego. Our ego is one of the biggest barriers we have in our growth. Ego really hampers growth. It gives, when you don't have an ego, you have an open mind. When you have an ego, you fail to listen to people, you fail to agree with people because you always feel you are right. You always feel that you know more. But when we remove our ego, it gives us the capacity to learn. It gives us the capacity to know more. It gives us the capacity to absorb all that is good for us. So let us just remove our ego and flick it in the water. So you can move your right hand in front of your forehead and just keep moving and flick all these conditionings and this ego into the water. Now that our ego is gone, how about we forgive everyone? Now that we are not holding on to the rigidity, we're not holding on to the I-ness, the ego, how about we free ourselves a little more and just Forgive everyone. Doesn't matter. We don't have to think of any person. We don't have to think of any situation. Just forgive everyone. Mother, I forgive everyone. Please remove all my anger, the anger which restricts my heart, anger which takes away my satisfaction, anger that makes me shout, anger that makes me behave in a way that gives me guilt later. Just please take it away and flick it into the water. And now that we've done that, let us fold our hands and take this as the opportunity to humble down and ask for forgiveness from the divine. Mother, for any mistake I may have done knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me. Please forgive me, Mother, for any mistake I may have done knowingly or unknowingly. Now, let us take both our hands and sort of try to raise all that is negative and just dump it in the water as if you're just taking it out, pulling it from the head and just dumping it in the water. Because this center right here is the integration of all these good qualities that we want to manifest inside ourselves. This is where the integration happens. This is where we get our realization, where we strengthen our realization, where we become enlightened. Because it is only when we are enlightened we can see these beautiful qualities and dismiss all the negativities. So one last time, let us remove all the baggages and flick them in the water. Anything that weighs us down, flick it in the water. And let us just get rid of it so we feel lighter and better. Now I'll keep my towel ready. And slowly I will raise one foot and just pour some clean water and take it out. Give it a bit of wipe and done. I'll do that with the second foot. Give it a bit of wipe. Now that you know we've dumped so much negativity in this water obviously has to be flushed. So we're just gonna put our left hand open, right hand over the water one more time. And we're just gonna pray that wherever this water goes, because this water is filled with so much negativity, it shouldn't harm anyone. So this is just closing the circle from our side, that this water, this element, has endowed us with this capacity and capability to get rid of so much negativity. So now that we flush this water, it is going to land somewhere. Just pray that it shouldn't harm anyone. So with this, I'm just going to go and throw this water and we're going to play some music. So, or maybe let's just try silence today. Let's just sit in meditation after you're done throwing the water. So quickly, just let's all go throw this water in the flush and flush it out. This is such a phenomenal technique to get rid of any baggages, any personal problem that we may be carrying. Don't think that it is just about putting your feet in water. It is a very powerful way to really get rid of anything that you want to, anything from your past, anything that you may be suffering from, anything that's causing you any kind of grief, any kind of problem. Just flick it into the water, because it is just as powerful as you make it. It is just as powerful as you believe in it. So before we finish, as always, we're going to raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in a bandhan. So if you've been with us before, then you will be able to know that the left hand stays in front and the right moves around. So this is significant that we've completed our meditation. We have our attention on all the good things and we want to tie it up there. So it's significant of raising your attention above all the dirt, above all the negativities, bringing it higher and tying it up twice. Now, because you want to make sure it stays there, we do it for the third time. And this time we tie it in 3 knots. And as we take the bandhan, which is the protection for all these 7 qualities that we've worked on, we make the rainbow 7 times. That's 1. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. And 7. So thank you very much for this beautiful meditation today. And I will hand it over to Rachita, who is going to proceed with the ceremony.
Thanks for that, Monica. I think that was a brilliant session, guys. So without any talking at this stage, let's keep our attention still on the top. And we're going to listen to Shri Mataji's talk now. And so while we get that ready, stay relaxed. You can keep your eyes open or closed if you like, and just enjoy for a couple of minutes the silence.
These are unfulfilled wishes. Now, how they do it otherwise is also this way, that you take up these emotions and put them. So that is, these emotions are actually the left side, as I said, is the desire. So the desire is taken, any desire, and is put in the prana. Now how do you put it on the prana? That you control your prana. That's why they do pranayamas. See, like you sit down now very comfortably. Now you have a desire to put your attention to that. Attention is very important. See, now this attention is to be put onto the prana. So the emotions are there, and then bring those emotions and put them into your attention. Means they are now, you are aware of them. Now what you do is to watch your breathing. See now, try to reduce your breathing. Reduce it. In the sense that you have breathed out, wait for a while, then breathe in. For a long time, then you breathe out. So in 1 minute, your breathing will be less than normal. Alright, try that. Breathe in. Now with the emotions, keep the attention on the emotions, you see, so that the connection is established. Better? See the Kundalini rises? Now when you are breathing, you find that there is a space in between which you just leave it vacant. Breathe in. Now leave it vacant. Now breathe out. Now leave it vacant. Breathe in. Keep it there. Then leave it. Keep outside. Now breathe in. Now start breathing in such a way that you stop your breathing. Attention should be on the heart, or could be on the emotions. It's better. Keep the breathing inside for a while. Bring it out, then outside for a while. Then again. Then you'll find that for a while you will not breathe. See, you settle down. The laya takes place between your prana and your mana. Both the Shaktis become one. Now, at this stage when you are silent, now you think of your intellect. It's lost. Just think of it, it's lost, it's no more there. So what is happening actually, that this laya, the attention goes into the intellect and enlightens the intellect. See, the thought is not there. Try to find your intellect within yourself. Now see, where is my intellect? Try to find it. It's not there. It's not working. Again try it. It is working, but it has become the samashti. It's become the collective now. See now? Did you follow that? There's no thought. This exercise will give you this thoughtless awareness, establishment of thoughtless awareness. There is no thought. Wish is fulfilled because
Okay, so we might just put a little bit of instrumental music now, just to, as we're nearing the end of the session. So maintain that thoughtless state. Today, we really are going much deeper than any other session. So we'll just have a bit of music and then we'll have a wrap. Okay, so you can slowly open your eyes if you like. Or if they're already open, that's fine as well. I hope you're all feeling really calm and relaxed. So on that note, let's raise our Kundalini and put on a bandhan to wrap up our meditation. Okay, so if you're able to stay back, we have Kannan here. You might remember from a couple of days ago, he played the Didgeridoo. So the Didgeridoo is a unique instrument to Australia. It's made just by blowing the mouth in like this long, kind of like a piece of, kind of like a, that's made out of certain material. And it creates a very earthy sound as well. It's very unique. It's not like a flute or, something you generally hear that we play from the mouth. It's a bit unique to that self. Hello there, Kannan. Did you maybe want to tell us a bit about the didgeridoo before you play your piece? Hope you can hear me. Okay, it's all right. Maybe he's not able to hear. So sit back and enjoy, guys. If you can stay back, we'll listen to Kannan now on the didgeridoo. Thank you for that, Kannan. That was really amazing, guys. So the didgeridoo is made of wood, and you can do a quick Wikipedia on it if you want to learn about it more. It's done by doing like a special breathing technique as well, so it's not really an easy instrument to play, and it's actually very native to the Aborigines or the indigenous people of Australia. So it's existed for thousands of years, before the Europeans came to Australia. So on that note, guys, we've wrapped up our meditation session for today. Now, before we go, there is something we would like you all to prepare for tomorrow's session. So don't mind me, Vaibhav. I'm just going to quickly share my screen, guys, for what you need to prepare for tomorrow's session. Just bear with me 1 second. Okie dokes. So I hope you can all see my screen at the moment. So basically, guys, just to rehash, we have learned about the Footsoak technique in the last 2 days. And we hope you really benefited from this technique as well, and found just how the water and the salt element can just really cleanse you out and keep you in a state of feeling really light and balanced. We really recommend you incorporate this technique pretty much every day if you can. So like we say, you should be meditating in the morning, as early as you can. Usually 4 or 5 a.m. is the best way, Shri Mataji says, because she says that that's where we actually grow the most. You notice when you wake up either 4 or 5 a.m., your thinking does not kick in that early in the morning. You're actually more in a state of bliss and quietness. So when you meditate, you go into a much deeper state than any other time of the day. You can take that as an experiment and see for yourself. And we also recommend you should meditate before you go to sleep. So after your day, your work, before you go to bed, do the Footsoak technique, and you will feel so much more lighter when you go to bed. In terms of any heat, thinking, all that stuff just goes away, and you just feel that, okay, I'm ready to have a good night's sleep. So try and incorporate that now from here on in your Sahaja yoga journey. As many of us experienced practitioners do this. We do daily foot soaks before going to sleep. And take it as an experiment. If you do miss one night, don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Don't feel guilty. But do try and make it a regular habit, as Manica and as yesterday Rita both taught you. So any feedback will be appreciated on the Footsoak technique. We really appreciate you guys have joined us on that. So what to expect tomorrow and Sunday? Tomorrow and Sunday, we want to teach you guys now something called the candle technique. Now, the opposite of a Footsoak where we're using the water element is using now the fire element. And you've heard us mention this many times, to try and use the fire element to clear yourself and create that sense of balance and focus. So what you'll find, and you saw in Monica's video today, that she was foot soaking, but she had a little candle beside her. And that's for when she's meditating. She can use that candle to use as her focus, but at the same time, you can still meditate. And the candle is doing its job. The candle, in a way, knows what it has to do in terms of, getting rid of any bad vibes or negativity that's sort of surrounding us, things like that. So the Footsoak, we say, is good. Warm water for you if you're feeling a bit left, and cooler water if you're feeling on the right. The candle technique really helps and takes a step further to really help tackle when you do have left-sided issues. So if there are people, who do have depression or are in that really low state in life, where, they're feeling that left side is there. There's emotional issues, maybe you're really teary, emotional, crying, things like that. The Footsoak may help in some way, but if you're already in a teary state, that means your body is already using a lot of your water element because you're, tearful. So sometimes using too many Footsoaks might just, put more water into your system in that sense, and just might make you a little bit more teary, emotional, things like that. So logically speaking, when someone is sad or down, what do we need usually? We need warmth. We need like a hug. We need heat to bring us back up and out of that left side, the darkness, the lethargy. You have to kick yourself out of that. And the candle is the best way to do this. So I would like you all to, number one, for tomorrow's session, prepare yourself one candle, just one candle for the time being. And the candle, I've put some examples up as photos. Ideally, the best candle Shri Mataji says to use is one of the ones that have the long stick and the flame, because it gives you the biggest flame to help clear out any issues around you. And how we're going to use this candle is just like this little demonstration drawing here, is the candle will be by your left hand. So it's going to be near your left hand. Of course, you're not touching the flame. We're not asking you to burn yourself, but it has to be close to your hand so you can at least feel the warmth of the candle. And just as you've got vibrations, the candle is going to purify, clear out those vibrations from your left channel. That's what we're going to do. So ideally, if you can get a long stick candle like this, please get one if you can. If you can't, do not despair. A little tea light candle will do, as long as it's in a little tea holder. So don't have the candle just sitting by itself. It can be a little bit dangerous, if you just knock it by accident. Make sure it's in a little cup or a little holder. And again, don't have either. If you've got even just a scented candle at home, as long as it's in a little pot, please have that with you. And we'll post this in our WhatsApp groups as well to remind you all. But that's number one, have a candle ready. The second thing we want you to have ready as well is we're also going to go through the ice pack technique. This one you may have heard us mention a couple of times. So not only are we going to teach you about the candling, we're also going to teach you about the ice pack, which is a great way to help cool yourself down, cool your liver down. Say, when you're busy at work and you can't do a Footsoak, or, maybe just lying around, watching TV or doing something or cooking, and you just want that little cooling sensation, maybe you're just feeling a bit heated up. The ice pack technique is a really handy technique you can do anywhere, anytime. So also have an ice pack ready. It can be any of those ice packs you may use when you have like a fever or something like that, or even those ones you put in lunch boxes. And I request you to keep this ice pack solely for the purpose of your meditation. So don't use your lunch ice pack and then you pop it in your lunch for the next day. That might be a bit gross because, at the end of the day, these techniques are taking out your negativities from you. So find an ice pack at home or buy one from the shops. They're usually very cheap, and keep it just for your meditation. Ideally, the best way is, if you can, generally these ice packs are, ones where you can't open it up and throw it, except for this little bag, the one we use for fever. You can pour out the ice cubes and refill it. Some of these other ones don't have that ability to refill. Ideally, the best way is, if you don't have any of these, just grab a little small water bottle, like those plastic ones, fill it up with water, put it in the freezer, let it freeze, and then take it out, wrap it in a little towel, and then, like this lady has got it in the diagram, it's going to be popped on your liver on the right side. So you can do that as well. And what we do with those little water bottles is that once you finish using it, let it completely melt, discard the water in the sink like how you discarded your Footsoak, refill it, and then use it the next time again. So apologies about that. We haven't added in the slide, but we'll send that into the WhatsApp group, that you can use a little bottle of water as well. So hope that makes sense, everyone. We'll give you now all a minute or two that if you'd like to exit today's meeting, that concludes our meditation session and what to prepare for tomorrow. Again, if you want to stay back, we will have our question and answer session where we can take any questions, comments, and feedback. So we'll give you guys about 2 minutes to settle in and see what you'd like to do. Okie dokes, without further ado, we will now move on to our question and answer session. So welcome guys to another episode of Q&A. Oh, you can't see the template, darn. Okay, here I was trying to make it like a talk show, guys. We got ideas to get a theme song ready and whatnot, but we'll get there, so stay in tune for that. But welcome to Q&A. I'm your host, Rachita Malik. Welcome to another episode. Today on the panel, we will have Auntie Jenny again, as you guys know, our ever so lovely Uncle Edwin, which I know many of you are a fan of. And we have a new addition here, which you may have not met before, Uncle Sudipto from Brisbane. So let's bring these guys on stage. We'll just get our techie team to get them all here. Just bear with us one moment, guys. Okay. Alrighty. Hang on, guys. We should be able to bring all of us here. Just 1 second. I'll just add Auntie Jenny. Okay. Can I ask our techies to just see if Auntie Jenny can be added in the spotlight, guys? So that would be brilliant. Awesome. Thank you. So Uncle Edwin, Uncle Sudipto, you can place yourself off mute. Welcome to Q&A. So guys, I'll actually give you all a heads up that we are now, based on feedback you've given us, we're actually from tomorrow going to incorporate a little new segment as well in the Q&A. So instead of just being questions and answers and a workshop, some of you have asked us, you'd love to hear stories from experienced practitioners of, you know, miracles or things they've seen change in their life in Sahaja Yoga. So from tomorrow, we'll do a bit of Q&A, but we'll also do a bit of experience sharing or storytelling as well. So now this is your chance, guys. If you've got any questions at all, please pop it in the chat box, in WhatsApp, or if you would like to put yourself off mute, you are more than welcome to come forward and share any questions or queries. So Just give that a moment. And like Rena said, if you are feeling super sleepy, nothing wrong with that because it is Friday. So happy Friday. By the end of the week, we all do get tired. And come meditation time, sometimes, you know, we are dozing off a little bit. I know I'm a bit sleepy myself, so I have to slap myself up awake. I'm kidding. I think, okay. The question we have here, how can I join the WhatsApp group? Very easy. I can help you with that quickly. So question here on how to join the WhatsApp group. I'll pop in the chat box the link, so you can all just copy and paste this link into your internet browser. Just click on it and it'll guide you to an invitation to our WhatsApp group.
Hey, Rachita, that link has been
Yes.
reset now, so that's
Oh, okay.
not going to work anymore. Rebecca, if you can please share your WhatsApp number with one of the admins, and we will add you to the group manually.
Yep. Sorry about that,
Sorry,
Rebecca.
Rachita,
Yep. If you
take
just want
over.
to share your number, you can even just send it to Vaibhav or myself personally, so it's not in the full chat domain. You can do that, and we will guide you into the WhatsApp group. Okay. Okay, I think Shamim had something. Hi. Okay, Shamim, you had a question, something about incorporating the first day of meditation in your practice. The sentence seems a bit incomplete. Did you want to unmute yourself and tell us what you were
Hi.
asking?
Yeah. Can you hear me, Rachita? All of you?
Yes, we can. Welcome. Yep.
Okay. The first, yeah. Thank you for the session. Yeah, it was good as usual. I'm enjoying it without expecting much, but I'm just going with the flow and the process. So it's very nice. Okay. I have one question. First day, when we started, we were doing that affirmation, right? Putting our first in our chest, then in the right side of our stomach, then near that joining place thigh, and then again we were bringing up what Mr. Edwin was showing us. So when we do meditation at home, how do we sequence it with right, left channel balancing, bandhan and all? What is the sequence is what I'm want to know.
Yeah, Uncle Edwin, did you want to answer? What's the sequence for meditation?
Yeah, so thank you for your question. So Sahaja Yoga is taught in layers. So the first day when we did the affirmations, the first step is to awaken the Kundalini. It's like when you buy a new piece of equipment, you got to plug it into the mains for it to work, whether it's a kettle, toaster, TV, or whatever. So in the same way, we have to connect ourselves to the all-pervading power that does the living work. So the first step, whenever anyone comes to Sahaja Yoga, that's a foundation. Because if you are not connected and you can't feel the vibrations, then you have no way of validating the power of your Kundalini and the power of the divine. So that happens through your nervous system. So that's the first thing. After that, all these techniques that we are teaching you, at home, you need a candle with a picture of Shri Mataji, and you use that as your basic tool. You have the power of the candle and the photograph is what you use as your reference point whenever you meditate. So if you are at home, first thing you need to do is to light the candle in front of Shri Mataji's photograph. We taught you how to raise the Kundalini and put the bandhan. So that's the process at home. You raise your Kundalini, put yourself into bandhan, and sit down quietly in front of the photograph and the lit candle with the whole idea of getting into a state of thoughtless awareness, clearing all the thoughts. And at the beginning, we always ask you to feel above your head with the right hand and the left hand, and that is how you can determine how good your Kundalini is working and how many catches you've got and what sensations you feel. So when we say meditate for 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes in the evening, you light the candle in front of the photograph, raise your Kundalini, put the bandhan and sit with your palms open, facing up, and your attention above your head, trying to clear your thoughts. The longer you can stay in thoughtless awareness, that means the longer you are in the present and you're in the central channel. When you are in that state, you are getting like a full connection to the divine power. How you can use that power is totally dependent on what you want to achieve personally. It's a very, very powerful force, and our human brain can't actually measure that power. We can only experience it through, if you look at the living processes, day and night, how it happens, high tide, low tide, that's the kind of power we're touching. But if you can nurture this power, keep your Kundalini up, your Kundalini actually does all the work for you. You just need to make the time, be patient with yourself at this early stage, and pay attention to what your nervous system is telling you. What are you feeling? It's all about the feeling. It's not about the ideas. At this stage, you need to like empty your head of all the ideas you came in with, because we picked up a lot of wrong ideas. We read our references are not accurate, and sometimes we get stuck with that. So keep an open mind like a scientist and rely on your instrument of truth, which is your central nervous system. If you can do that, and then when you finish your meditation after 10 minutes, you raise the Kundalini again, put the bandhan, and then that's how you finish off. But the whole idea during this process is to try to clear your head of the thoughts. So if any thoughts come in while you are meditating, just say, I forgive, or not this thought, or go away, or shut up, stop making a noise, I'm meditating now, whatever works for you. But just try to make it come from the heart, sincerely. If you are sincere, honest, and do it with a lot of love and humility, it will work. Thank you.
Yeah.
I hope that answers
Thank
your
you.
question.
I have one more question, please.
Yes, go
Can I-
ahead.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. To be very honest, there are two things I want to talk about. One is, since the first day, I have absolutely not felt that cold or hot air, above my head. So I have not felt that kind of sensation at all. But I have felt very slight tingling sensation on my left palm sometimes. So I don't know whether my kundali is actually risen or not. So shall I not follow your steps that you showed the first day? Shall I completely ignore, or shall I keep on doing that to raise my kundalini? Because I have not felt any sensation. Second thing, I am sorry, but I don't want to hurt anyone's sentiment, but I am not able to meditate in front of any picture is because of my faith. Okay, I can keep a candle, and I would like to think of the way I have been praying in my whole life. No disrespect to anyone, okay, but I'm not able to put any image in front of any sort of my prayer or meditation. That I personally don't do also forever. So maybe I'll not do that. But I'll definitely have a candle on and put my thoughts and all. But as far as the vibration is concerned, I have not felt any such thing on the top of my head till now. So what do I do about it?
So Shamim, one thing I'll add here quickly, just going back to the structure you've been asking. So first thing of all, about the photograph, that's perfectly fine. We completely respect where you're coming from, because there is no force here that we use or anything. So just the candle is fine. Vaibhav has posted in the chat group like a suggestion of an example. So like Edwin's also said, guys, always do the bandhan first. And maybe you all are wondering at times, what kind of sequence to follow. So again, there's no right or wrong. You go with your heart and what you're feeling at that time. The best way to start any meditation, like a lot of us tend to do, is when your mind is a bit frazzled, you've had a busy day and you're like, where do I even begin? You put that bandhan on, maybe pop some music to set the mood, to get you into a meditative mode. Do the left-right clearing. And then go with your heart to even just do the self-realization. So for you, Shamim, as well, you don't have to ignore the self-realization at all until we teach you guys how to understand your chakras and your fingertips as well, which I believe we're actually doing next Monday, because we all think now you're ready for that step. Till then, you still have a good 3 days. And in your meditation, you can either do like the above is written, do the left-right clearing. You can find Shri Mataji's talks, which are now also on our website. The ones we have put before in the other days, they're all now available on the website. You can listen to her talks because, again, she is that source of wisdom and knowledge. And sometimes she just answers questions which, you're pondering at that moment in time. And then when you're done, remember, meditation can be 5 minutes, 1 hour, whatever you like. And then whenever you feel you're done, put that bandhan on and move on with your day. And then another suggestion is, instead of doing left-right clearing, do the self-realization again until you can really feel okay. Like you said, Shameen, left tingling, that's that sign of that left channel needing that work. And that'll come with gradual, it's like going to the gym, guys, I say, if you want a sweet body with abs and muscles, you're not going to get it in one day. You will see results daily, but you're not going to have that optimal body, in that week as well. So same with your subtle system. Your subtle system is now getting cleared out. It'll take a little bit of time, but the tingling, things like that will resurface. So I hope that sheds some light, guys, for the sequencing. Auntie Jenny, do you want to add anything else to Shamim's queries?
The only thing I would like to add is, Shamin, are you feeling peaceful after your meditation?
When I am doing, yes, obviously, that 1 hour is quite a blissful thing. But frankly, the agitation does come back, and the negativity does come back. And yeah, it is coming back. I will not say I've reached that stage. But as I told you, I like the process. And honestly, I'm just going with the flow and the process, which is what I'm liking.
So I would suggest to you that if you're not feeling that coolness above your head, that is not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you feel that peace within you. And as you said, yes, you're feeling it for that hour that you're in meditation. As your Kundalini becomes stronger and stronger through your meditative practice, you will find that your Kundalini stays up for a longer period of time, so that even when you're not meditating, your Kundalini is still up. And that way you're able to feel the peace for longer during the day. Just make sure as well that you raise your Kundalini and put on a bandhan, because at the end of your meditation, because that will also help to keep that peaceful feeling for going long, lasting for longer. Again, in terms of what you're feeling above your head, I remember it took me at least a month, and I know some people it takes them much longer, but trust that it has happened, that you're feeling sensations in your hands, you're feeling that peace, you do have your realization, you're just not able to feel it yet, and that's completely normal.
Thank you, Jenny. Yep. I'll keep this in mind and follow the procedure through. Thank you, admin. Thank you, mentors. Really, thank you so much.
Yeah. You're welcome.
All right, Shamim, keep it up. You're doing really well. You'll be fine. We've got one question here, Uncle Sidipto. So we've got Rupesh Vaidya here asking that he's been feeling pain in his right chest and right neck since yesterday. So what do we have to suggest, Uncle Sidipto, for that?
I think the best thing would be to wait for tomorrow, and when you show actually the ice pack techniques, you'd be able to use that to actually calm his right side down a lot. And then otherwise, yeah, if it is a regular one, then as Manica was mentioning, if we change the water to a cooler kind of Footsoak, depending on which part of the world he is in, if he wants to use a bit of a cold water with ice pack, that will be a good combination to get rid of any of the issues in the chest or the neck, and that will help him to settle those particular issues. Yep. And the other thing could be like the affirmations that you guys have already done. I think that was also Shameen's question. I think I can answer it in a bit different way. Like, perhaps when you're starting to meditate, it might be a good idea to actually repeat those affirmations for a couple of days, because that actually helps to, it's almost like a small process that you follow for yourself, and that gives you the confirmation that, yes, you do these things as a small series of steps, And that same could apply to Rupesh also. He can go through the same steps, especially that relates to the heart, like where you affirm that I am a pure spirit, and also on the neck where you affirm that I'm not guilty at all. So those two things would be helpful for him. But I think Footsoak is a good idea, but once it is combined with ice pack, that'd be fantastic for him.
Cool. Thank you for that, Uncle. And actually, what we might just do, guys, is do a little quick workshop on that right heart and right neck. So what we're going to do is I want you to sit back, relax, and just take your left hand and place it on the right side of your heart, and keeping your right hand open on your lap. And you can close your eyes. So we're going to do it collectively, so that it helps resolve the issue faster. But plus, like we said, you know, it equips you, teaches you, if you ever come across this as well. So guys, as we said, you learn in the coming days more about the chakras and the right and the left components and their roles and responsibilities. Every chakra has a quality and a responsibility within you. The right heart, so the left heart, or the heart we usually say, is your seat of your spirit. It's your source of joy. Your right heart is responsible for your duties, your responsibilities. So your sense of responsibility as a human being. Now, as humans, when we feel that, oh, I'm responsible for the whole world, I need to do everything, I need to solve everyone's problems, that's your right side kicking in. And your right heart can start to feel weakened. And that's how you can feel things like panic attacks or shortness in breath. Even things like asthma also come from any heart chakra issues. So I want you to ask in your heart a couple of times, Mother Kundalini, I surrender all my responsibilities to you. You look after all my responsibilities for my job, family, health. Do it about 5 times. Mother, I surrender all my responsibilities to you. You can even customize it or tailor it to even say, you know, Mother, please take away any pain, any discomfort within this chakra. Then bring your left hand to your lap. Take your right hand, place it on the right side of your neck, where your neck and shoulder meet. Just grab it there. And this aspect of this throat energy center, the left side is the guilt. So this is when we, you know, have low self-esteem, we feel guilty. The opposite of it is when sometimes we overtalk, or we may show off at times, or we may come across as rude sometimes without realizing. So it goes back to what Manica said of having a sweet tongue, a sweet nature, diplomatic nature. So we just ask here in our heart about 5 times, Mother, please make me a sweet-natured person. Please take away any aggression. Please take away any pain or discomfort in this energy center. And then we can slowly open our eyes. And Rupesh, are you actually there still on the floor? Are you there, Rupesh? Do you want to unmute, tell us how you're feeling? Or?
Rupesh is still there.
He's still there. Yeah. Are you there, Rupesh?
He is there in the Zoom session, but he is muted.
Did you want to unmute yourself, Rupesh, if you like? Tell us how you're feeling. Yep.
No, I think he has to unmute himself.
Yeah, he just unmuted and then you went back on mute. So, Rupesh, you're still on mute?
No, I tried to unmute him. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
Did you want to try now? Or are you there?
yes. It was nice, but still, it was nice feeling, like a feeling of peace, and the affirmation was very nice. But at the same time, the pain is still there.
Yep.
But yeah, it was nice. Means mentally it was nice. Physically, it's still there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's fine. What I suggest is write those down. So the right heart one, that was the I surrender responsibilities. And I will type that in the chat. And the right neck was the please make me sweet tempered. So anytime you feel that pain, discomfort, try that in your meditation. See if it goes away in the next few days. If it's more than a few days, just make sure there's nothing medically as well, because we don't want to misguide you and things. So but just give it a day or two. Yeah. The other thing I will add is also, guys, as human beings, as I said, your subtle system reflects your life. Your right heart also symbolizes your relationship to your father. So if, for example, people may not have had good relationships with their fathers, or their father passed away when they were young, or if their father's not well, that can also reflect in the right heart. So it's really quite amazing what your subtle system can reveal about you. And your left heart is your relationship to your mother. So yeah, that's something else to keep in mind, Rupesh. Yeah.
So is it that if you have a son and if you are scolding your son, then also this can happen?
Yes, Uncle Siddhartha, you're a father. Do you want to tell us a bit more, maybe about the right heart?
I mean, as long as you do it, I mean, in a balanced way, I guess, as parents, we always need to have that right balance as to see what's the leeway. Like, you shouldn't be kind of having a go at your children at every opportunity, but at the same time, putting things in line is a good idea. And so, yes, you're quite right in terms of, like, it applies to, if you are thinking as an individual, it applies to your relationship with your father as well as with your child. So make sure that you have a balance. Again, I think a lot of things about Sahaja is about maintaining that balance. You don't go to any extremes. If you need to be responsible towards your son, how he behaves a child, then just do that with in a gentle way. Again, it comes back to, if you do it, overexert your right heart, then it's done with a harsh way, it can then aggravate the situations in the right neck. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation in that case. So make sure you just maybe just have a quiet time with him, make him or her settle down, have a quiet chat, and see how they feel about what is being said, and I guess 9 out of 10 times, if you kind of show them and lead them through examples, children are more than happy to listen to, and that will help to listen. Yeah.
I think that's a little boy there. I think, is that your son? We can hear.
Yeah,
Or?
yeah. It's always, we in our home, it's like we always think of how during the Mahabharata, how Krishna, he was sitting silently without doing anything. And we, as parents, even two children, if they are shouting, fighting, we cannot sit, we interfere, even if we don't need to. Means, this is what we discuss always. That, yeah, maybe that is the
Yeah.
reason.
And also a good thing to do would be gradually, like, I know it's might be too much to start with, but maybe gradually try and see if like the Footsoak technique that you tried today, just try and see if you can do that along with your kids. That helps a lot to settle them down, and once they settle down, you might find that you won't have to kind of get so involved in their kind of disciplining, if I'm put it that way. I'm not again judging or anything, but at times I think what we think is right or wrong might be because of their age and other things where they do their schoolings and all things might be a bit challenging. So again, just keep a loving, caring attitude, which I'm sure you always do, but maybe if possible, just I guess try a bit different way. And we do that with our children also, try and get them a Footsoak or meditate, and once they do that, then things get little easier in terms of managing. But we are parents, we get ourselves into a bunch of troubles anyways.
Yeah, so Rupesh, we understand what you're going through, and it's amazing how what you just said, that maybe you scolded your son right now, and hence suddenly that right heart and right neck picked. It's just amazing how your subtle system knows what's going on. That maybe the child is a bit upset. Maybe you as a father are feeling a bit bad that, oh, I scolded my son again. But it happens, you're probably a bit frustrated and he did something wrong, and hence your right neck also picked up, because when we shout, it is a form of aggression. So there you go, guys, like a live example of what translates. But like Uncle said, Rupesh, you can get your children to also meditate with you if you get little 2 buckets for them as well, and make it a fun activity. That, hey kids, come, let's put some music. Tell them just 5 minutes. Their feet in the water with the salt. Kids will love that. They get excited that, oh, this is something new. And trust me, you will see a transformation in them. Yep, calming down. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
just to add to that, Rupesh, just
Our
you
home will be a swimming
meditating.
pool soon.
Sorry, what was that, Rupesh? Sorry.
Our home will soon become a swimming pool.
It
Fun
can be a
activity.
swimming pool. You'll all be bathing in joy. Don't worry. So, but you'll all feel much calmer, and trust me, the atmosphere at home will also be very calm and pleasant. I think Jenny wanted to add something, Auntie Jenny. Yep.
Yes, I just wanted to add, Rupesh, that just you meditating, even if you can't get your children into a Footsoak bucket, will change the environment in your home. So when we meditate, we don't just meditate for ourselves, we meditate for everyone. Because as we clear the people around us. So you may find that after the 21 days, your children's behavior, the environment in the house becomes a lot more peaceful.
Yeah.
I remember your meditation, which you took for that piece of finance.
Oh, yes.
And like entire stomach was feeling very, the feeling on the head which was there, it started coming in the stomach for some time after you finished. That's why I asked to repeat the other day also. And amazingly, after that, even if my child 4 years old, he did not do anything, but he is telling in the night, I am feeling like something wind on my stomach. So I told him I also felt in the afternoon. So it was
That's
like
amazing. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it was
Great.
nice thing. Yeah, now suddenly while talking to you, I am feeling the pain is almost diminished. Means it's like
Great.
I don't know how it has happened, but
Yeah.
suddenly
When we say these affirmations, they're very subtle, so that the pain doesn't necessarily go away straight away. You might find tomorrow morning when you wake up, the pain is completely gone.
Yeah. And the other thing is, Rupesh, as well, it's natural. As a father, you are also responsible for running the house. You know, you have to worry about the financials of the house, your kids' well-being, your wife. So it's very normal that not just men and women in this modern age, sorry, not just men, even women now, because women also do jobs and run homes. The Nabi, or the third energy center, it's very normal these days. People do have stomach issues, you know, gas, bloating, acidity, things like that, just because of those worries we have of the future. You know, with COVID, it doesn't make life easier. We're all worrying maybe 10 times more, you know, our children's education, will it go fine? My job, will it still be stable? Am I going to earn income? So I think Sahaja Yoga could not have come a better time now, where we're telling you that these worries are normal. As a father, I think you're doing the best you can to look after your family. So keep up your cool water foot soaks. The cooler water is what will help, especially men more, because you are running a house and a family. And keep praying in your heart. You know, Mother Kundalini, please help me to be a proper father. Mother, please look after my children. Anything that bothers you, my financial worries, whatever. You just pray in that meditation and you'll find it just, it's amazing how it helps in that moment. So hope that
fantastic.
helps.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
and
No
also
worries.
just Ritesh, the other thing to remember is when we are very busy and we get distracted, we tend not to breathe properly. So the heart requires the air element. So try to just stop everything, take a few minutes and take a few deep breaths in and out. Put your attention inside for a few minutes, and that also helps relieve the tension. Okay? So everything else that the advice you've been given, just remember to breathe with it. Okay? Thank you.
Okay.
Great. Anything else, Rupesh? Feeling good? All good?
Good, really good, fantastic.
Good.
Very
Great,
nice.
great, very good. And this applies to all of you guys, any moms and dads in the house. You know, just surrender when you're meditating. You know, if you yell at the kids, it's fine. Don't beat yourself up. You know, we've got parents on the panel here as well. The main thing is, yeah, like we just said, if your kids are watching you and they're curious, like, oh, what's mom or dad doing with the foot soak? Get them along, yeah. Pop them or give them a little tub and get them to sit with you while meditating, and you will feel a difference. I mean, one story I can share from here, I guess we'll start a bit of storytelling, that I came to Sahaja Yoga when I was 2 years old, believe it or not. I was so enlightened, I was 2 years old. But this is what happened. We were in Hong Kong. My parents, my dad especially, was seeking some yoga meditation. So he tried all these various forms, and you know, I didn't really feel anything. And then when he came to Sahaja Yoga, he tremendously benefited and found a lot of his health issues got resolved. And then he got attracted on the more spiritual sense as well. I was a bit of a, how do you say, one of those hyper kids that couldn't sit still, apparently. I was always curious, running around, driving them nuts. So my dad one day said, I will take this little 2-year-old me to our meditation center. And my mom was like, are you nuts? You're going to be home in like 5 minutes? Don't take her. And he's like, nah, going to take her. And apparently I sat there very still. I did not move an inch when Shri Mataji's talk was being played. They were all meditating. I did not budge. And he stayed for the good session, came back, and mom's just like, what? You survived? She was okay. What's this? So children are the best example of the symbol of innocence, because they know what are good and bad vibrations. They know who's a good or bad person. You will immediately see, you know, kids will not go to someone who is a bit aggressive or harsh, because they can sense that already. And that's why in Sahaja Yoga, and we teach you come Monday, we say these affirmations, you know, Mother, make me innocent like a child, make me wise like a child, because children are the epitome of innocence. And this is why, you know, we get so attracted to them. This is why we want to protect them. They have that simplicity. So yeah, just a handy tip for our parents out there. And actually, Auntie Jenny, any other tips for our parents maybe while we are on that topic? Or
I just want to say again that the more balanced you are, the more balanced your children are. And you'll find that your parenting changes completely after practicing Sahaja Yoga.
Wonderfully said. Uncle Sudipto?
No, I'm good with that. I think the best thing is, as you mentioned, that children are much more receptive than the adults, and if we can lead by examples, the children will soon follow, and things get resolved amazingly. So, I mean, already I think while we were talking, Rupesh could see the transformation, what's happening. It's amazing. I mean, if you try to analyze all of those things, it's beyond our capacity. So it's better not to even analyze, but just trust that it works, and it works in a way that is benevolent to us and our whole family or the surroundings around us. So just have that trust and let the system work it out.
Great. Uncle Edwin, any other parenting tips 101? Or... Oh, Uncle Edwin, you're on mute. You have to unmute yourself. So
Yeah, sorry about that. All of the above. But the main thing is to fix yourself up first, and everything will just work from there. Like Jenny said earlier on, wherever you are, once your Kundalini is awoken, your meditation actually helps everybody around you and the environment. So good place to start, and things will work out. Just be patient, one day at a time, and everything will be fine. Thanks for attending.
very good. I think, yeah, on that note, guys, I think we've just shared some brilliant advices today, even though not too many questions, but just something, even just doing like a bit of a case study with Rupesh. I'm sure you've all probably picked up something from that. I'll just ask one last person, and before we wrap up for the night, Sue Nixon, are you there, Sue? How are you going, and how have you been feeling? So you can put yourself off mute, and you can tell us.
Sue is actually a long-time practitioner of Sahaja
Oh, okay.
Yoga.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe we'll just quickly try Jomel and Ateen. Are you there, Jomel? Hopefully our audience have not dozed off. Okay, that's all right.
Depends
Okay.
which part of the world are they.
Yes, it depends which part of the world you are, folks. So
Some might be just wide awake, just had their morning kappa and they're ready to go.
yeah, that's it, guys. Okay, what we'll do is we'll leave it as a wrap. If you have any other final comments, feedback, questions, you can put in the chat box. We'll still stay here for about 5 more minutes, or in the WhatsApp group as well. But on behalf of all of us, thank you again for joining. We hope you enjoyed the Footsoak, and join us again for tomorrow. Like we said, have one candle and one ice pack also ready, so we can teach you some new tricks and techniques. So till then, good night, everyone. From Australia, have a good day, good evening, and we will see you for day 8. Good job on surviving week 1. Woohoo! Have a good one all.
Have a good
Sayonara.
one, guys. Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Xavier. Thank you.